One day, you wake up and realize something isn't right. You're breathing. You're moving. You're doing what you've always done. But something feels missing. You look at your life and you say quietly to yourself, where did I go? Not the job, not the responsibilities, not the expectations. You, the dreamer, the believer, the one who once felt alive. And if that's you today, I have good news. You can come back. You can rebuild. You can rediscover the person you were meant to be. But it begins with one decision, the decision to find yourself again. There's something remarkable about rediscovery, something powerful about returning to the person you were always meant to be. Because life, as wonderful as it is, has a strange way of distracting us. When we're young, we don't think twice about dreaming big. We don't question our worth. We don't fear being ourselves. We simply live, curious, hopeful, unapologetically real. But somewhere along the journey, things begin to shift. We start listening more to the world and less to our inner voice. We trade authenticity for acceptance. We swap dreams for comfort. We learn to survive instead of learning to live. And one day, you look in the mirror and the reflection staring back feels unfamiliar. And you wonder, when did I lose myself? But let me tell you something important. Losing yourself is not failure. It's a sign you've been growing, adapting, giving and surviving. But now it's time to do something different. Now it's time to find yourself again. Finding yourself again isn't about going back in time. It's not about reliving old chapters. It's about reconnecting with the part of you that never left, the part that simply got quiet. Because who you truly are is still there, waiting patiently, waiting for you to slow down, waiting for you to listen again, waiting for you to say, I'm ready. Now, here's the truth. Not everyone reaches this point. Some people spend their whole lives ignoring the inner call. They fill their days with noise. They stay busy enough to never confront themselves. But those who stop, reflect, and choose to rediscover who they are, those are the ones who transform. Not by force, not by pressure, but by awareness. And awareness is a powerful thing. Awareness says, this version of me is not the final one. Awareness says, there's more inside me than I'm currently living. Awareness says, I may have lost my way, but I have not lost myself. So how do you begin? Not with a plan, not with perfection, not with knowing every answer. You begin with honesty. Sit with yourself, not as the world sees you, but as you truly are. Ask questions that matter. What do I truly want? What did I stop believing in? What dreams did I abandon because they felt too big? What version of myself have I been avoiding? And most importantly, who am I when nobody is watching? When you ask honest questions, you start uncovering honest answers. Answers that may surprise you. Answers that may challenge you. Answers that may wake something inside you that's been quiet for a long time. Finding yourself again requires courage. Not the kind that shouts loudly, but the kind that whispers, I will not stay lost. And here's what's interesting. When you begin remembering who you are, life begins to shift. Your standards rise. Your voice returns. Your confidence rebuilds. Your energy changes. You stop accepting what drains you. You stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop pretending everything is fine when your soul knows it's not. Because once you reconnect with your true self, you can never comfortably live as less again. Finding yourself again isn't a one-day decision. It's a process, a journey, a returning, but each step you take, each moment of clarity, each honest reflection, each courageous choice brings you closer to a life that feels aligned, meaningful, and real. And when you finally reach that place, you won't just feel alive. You'll feel you, the real you, the honest you, the powerful you. And that version of you can change everything. So let this be the beginning of remembering, reclaiming, and rebuilding the person you were meant to be. Because the greatest journey you'll ever take is the journey back to yourself. And you're not late. You're right on time. To find yourself again, you must first know what you stand for. Values are not words. They are not slogans. They are not what looks good on paper. Values are behaviors. Values are standards. They are the invisible compass that guides every choice, every action, every step you take. I remember a time in my life. I had climbed the ladder at work. I was respected. I had the paycheck. I had the titles. But something was missing. I would come home at night, sit quietly in my living room, and feel hollow. I was successful by the world's measure, but inside, I had lost touch with who I was. I realized that I had been living someone else's values, following rules that weren't mine, chasing goals that felt empty. I had ignored the small inner voice that had once guided me, and that's when I decided to stop. I decided to reflect, to ask myself the questions I had been avoiding. What matters most to me? What do I want to stand for? What kind of person do I want to become? It was uncomfortable. It was quiet. It was humbling. But it was the start of rediscovery. You see, many people never ask these questions. They move through life like leaves in the wind, blown by expectation, blown by circumstance, blown by the noise of the world. But when you pause, when you reflect, you begin to see patterns. I started noticing the moments that made me feel alive, the moments that made me proud, the moments where I felt aligned, confident, and honest. And I also noticed the moments that drained me, the times I compromised, the times I said yes when I wanted to say no, the times I followed a path that didn't belong to me. Through this reflection, I began to uncover my core values. Rediscovering values is not theoretical. It is practical. It is lived. It is shown through actions, not words. For me, one of my core values became integrity. Integrity in work. Integrity in relationships. Integrity in thought. Another became growth. To keep learning. To keep improving. To refuse stagnation. Another became courage. Courage to say no. Courage to walk away. Courage to live authentically. Once I clarified my values, my decisions became easier. I didn't have to overthink every choice. I didn't have to wrestle with doubt. I simply asked, does this align with my values? Yes? Then I act. No? Then I let it go. Here's the truth. You cannot find yourself by following the crowd. You cannot find yourself by doing what everyone else expects. You cannot find yourself by avoiding reflection or responsibility. Finding yourself requires courage. Courage to face the truth about who you are. Courage to let go of who you're pretending to be. Courage to live in alignment with your values. And yes, it is uncomfortable. It is challenging. It may cost you friendships, opportunities, or approval. But nothing is more rewarding than living a life aligned with who you are. Here's a simple process I used and still use today to rediscover my values. 1. Reflect on your proudest moments. Ask, when did I feel most alive, most myself, most fulfilled? What principles guided me in those moments? 2. Reflect on your lowest moments. Ask, when did I feel ashamed, drained, or disconnected? What standards did I compromise? 3. Look for patterns. Your values reveal themselves in repeated behavior. In what energizes you? In what frustrates you? 4. Choose 5 core values. Focus on a handful that guide your life. Too many values dilute focus. 5. Live by them daily. Make decisions, set goals, and take action that reflect these values. When you live aligned with your values, life becomes simpler. Decisions become easier. Peace replaces doubt. And you feel something remarkable. You feel authentic. You feel whole. You feel alive. Let me tell you this. The journey to rediscover your values will never be perfect. You will stumble. You will question yourself. You will doubt. But every reflection, every choice, every step back toward alignment brings you closer to your true self. And here's the most beautiful part. Once you know your values, you cannot go back. You cannot ignore the inner compass. You cannot live a life of compromise without noticing it, because your values become the foundation for everything. Your choices, your actions, your habits, your destiny. So start today. Pause, reflect, ask the hard questions, identify what matters most, and live by it. When you do, you will find yourself again, not a version that existed in the past, but a stronger, wiser, and fully authentic version of yourself. And that, my friend, is the true power of rediscovering your values. To find yourself again, sometimes you have to let go, not just the small things, not just the easy things, but the things that broke you, the habits that drained you, the people who discouraged you, the environments that made you feel small. I remember a time in my life, I was surrounded by people who didn't believe in my dreams. They laughed at my ideas. They questioned my choices. And slowly, without me realizing, I stopped believing in myself too. It wasn't a dramatic moment. It was quiet. It was subtle. It was the accumulation of little compromises. And then one day, I paused. I asked myself, why do I feel like I'm shrinking? And the answer hit me. It wasn't life. It wasn't fate. It wasn't bad luck. It was the people, the habits, and the excuses I allowed into my life. That was the breaking point. And to rebuild, I had to remove what broke me. The first thing you must remove is toxic relationships. Some people are not bad people. Some people are simply not meant to walk your path. Some people reflect your past, not your future. You cannot grow while carrying their negativity. You cannot thrive while absorbing their doubts. You cannot find yourself while constantly seeking their approval. I had friends I loved, but their mindset kept me small. I had colleagues I respected, but their fears became my fears. I had family traditions I followed, but they no longer aligned with who I wanted to be. I had to step back. I had to create distance. I had to protect my energy. And once I did, I felt space to breathe, space to think, space to grow. The second thing to remove is harmful habits. Habits are invisible chains. They shape your days. They shape your mind. They shape your identity. Some habits are subtle. Wasting hours scrolling, overeating, avoiding challenges. Some habits are louder. Addictions, anger, excuses. I remember my own habits of procrastination. I would tell myself I'd start tomorrow. I would delay the work that mattered. I would justify small failures as harmless. Until I realized those small delays were building a life I didn't want. Every postponed action was another brick in a wall separating me from my true self. And so I started removing them. Not all at once. Not perfectly, but one by one. With intention. With discipline. The third thing to remove is old stories you tell yourself. The stories of fear. The stories of limitation. The stories of I can't. I used to tell myself, I'll never be successful. I'm not smart enough. I'll fail again. Those stories controlled me. They trapped me. They defined me. And the moment I chose to remove them, I felt freedom. I started telling new stories. I am capable. I can grow. I can rise above the past. Your words shape your world. Your thoughts shape your life. Remove the ones that break you. Replace them with ones that build you. Removing what broke you is not easy. It takes courage. It takes patience. It takes honesty. Some things are familiar. Some things are comfortable. Some things are painful to let go. But if you want to find yourself again, you must remove them. Because the space you create allows growth. The silence you create allows clarity. The freedom you create allows you to rediscover your values, your passions, and your purpose.